Back again. I just want to talk about America because I'm an American and because it's just been really interesting to watch what's been going on with America over the last 5, 6 years. Um, really, it's been one big snowball. Right? Like we've been watching the evolution of reality shaping over decades, centuries. Um, I don't know. It feels like we're on edge. Like I'm on edge. Like everyone's on edge. Like we're on the precipice of something new. Obviously, with all this new technology coming out, but the reason I'm here, the reason I want to talk is people are weak. That's my take. Is that people are weak, right? There's a saying that weak men create hard times create strong men create good times create weak men then create hard times. So it's cyclical, right? I think we're in a point in time where we have weak men, and we've had good times. Relatively, it's been 80 years since World War II. We've had pretty damn good times since then. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, I would say, and it kind of hit that arc. Now we're kind of coming back down. So, what's going to happen to America? We're the most powerful country on earth. And morning, what's up, big dog? I'm just chatting away about my thoughts. But yeah, dude, we're weak. That's the problem. We got America's like literally the strongest country on earth, and it's an extremely powerful weapon. All the systems and branches. I love it. I'm just talking about America, man. Like we're a very powerful country, but I feel like we got a lot of weak people here in America. Men, women, leaders, politicians, business people, and I'm just kind of talking, just kind of thinking out loud, like, where are we heading? Because that's my whole thing. My whole thing is like I want to try and figure out how to make Americans stronger. Because I notice a gap in the market where I don't know, everyone's just like, especially under Biden's presidency, not to get too political, but like people nowadays are kind of shifting from left to right, and so it's like people are kind of wanting, it looks like, to be stronger. They want a stronger president, they want a stronger country, they want stronger people. Women want stronger men, right? So I think that's my mission. I'm gonna be doing that. And yeah, dude, I know I was talking to you guys like earlier this week about starting a content series next week, and I'm still gonna do that, but I'm not gonna do a transformation series. So I'm just gonna try, and that's my mission, is I'm just gonna try and like really hit the emotions. I'm just gonna speak, kind of be like a public speaker kind of thing maybe, but I'm just gonna try and like inspire people, man. I'm gonna try and inspire people like you, like everyone on here. I'm just gonna try to inspire people to work on themselves somehow. And I think doing a transformation series, it was a good idea, but I may do that at some point. I just don't think it's gonna be super effective right now, just because if I'm being honest with myself, like I'm just another fitness influencer. If I were to kind of put myself into that space, and it's not like I'm super obsessed with fitness to the point where like, I'm like Sam Solik or something, where like that's my whole life and like I can build a brand off that. I think I was able to build a brand off the fact that I just kind of went hard for myself, and I was able to improve myself, and I think that inspired a lot of people to try to do the same thing for themselves. And so that's kind of what I want to try and do this time, not necessarily just fitness, even though that's absolutely a baseline for every human on earth, is that if you get into fitness and you can learn how to succeed, whatever that means for you, if that just means consistency every day for a year or two, or if that means losing 100 pounds in a year, or if that means getting abs, like it doesn't matter what it is, bro. If you can figure out how to succeed for you in the gym, then you can do that with relationships, you can do that with your work or business. Like I'm still personal training. Yeah, still personal training. That's kind of what's keeping me afloat right now, keeping me going. But I really want to go back all in on this thing. I was doing personal training for the last like 3 years, and I built up a business pretty big, but I was working like 100 hours a week, dude. So, and I was making good money, but it wasn't that good. And it's like, I kind of had to take a step back and kind of went through a rough patch this last year. I was supposed to actually open a gym with one of my clients. He was going to invest in me, but that deal went south. What's the website? I don't really have a website. I'm just on Thumbtack, but I don't really have a website. But if you want to like connect, like if you want to connect a little bit closer, I got a Discord. Shoot, you know what? Let me put that. I wonder, can I edit the description right here? I got a Discord. I was gonna say you could hop in the Discord and we can kind of chat throughout the day. Well, I'm not sure how to edit the description while I'm live right now, but on like the past few lives, there's a Discord link for my Discord group. I will start pushing that, you know, probably starting next week, try to get people in there, kind of be able to engage and talk about, you know, their life. I'm not really sure, you know, like tell me what you would want to see, dude. Like anyone in here, tell me what you would want to see. Here's what I want to do with this channel. I want to help America be strong. I want Americans to be strong. I want people around America to understand that obesity is not okay. You know, sitting around is not okay. Being weak, being in your comfort zone is not okay. Okay, because we do that for 20 years and we end up in this place where we're at. You know, where we're divided as a nation, and we have weak leaders and we have weak media and we're going to war, and I don't know, man. It's like, all I know is if we have people, humans who are stronger mentally, emotionally, physically, then that should lead to better discourse, better emotional regulation, less crime, higher intelligence, right? So that's my goal. And that's my goal, is to try to inspire as many people on earth, but really my main goal is to try to help America get strong. So what would you guys want to, how do you guys think I could go about that? You know, like what would you guys want to see? You know, and obviously I want to try and take the lead on this. You know, I'm gonna try and, that's why I had that transformation series. I was gonna try and do a piece of content every day of me working out. You know, day one, getting my old physique back. Day two, getting my old physique back. And I probably will end up doing that, but I don't think that's gonna be extremely effective right now. But if you guys did have a recommendation, if you did want to see your country, the citizens of your country get stronger, whatever that means to you, like what would you want to see? How what do you think would be a good idea? Really, that's it. So yeah, man, that's what I'm going on. Let's see. I don't know how to edit the description. Yeah, America's weak. America's weak. How can we make America stronger? How can we make Americans stronger? Stronger willed? You know, less excuse me, sorry. How can we, you know, we've been hearing, you know, boomers and stuff and like people talking about, oh, you know, the younger generation, they're living with their parents longer and longer, you know, they're not getting jobs, they're not going to college. That's because like college doesn't give you anything these days. There's no value in it. It's a value take, not a value add. You gotta pay so much money, you go into debt that you can't even default on. And how are you gonna use that education? I mean, I didn't even go to college, and I think I'm more intellectually capable than most people that do come out of college these days. Just being straight. So, you know, someone needs to talk about this, right? Like college and life and people are living with their parents and they're not earning anything and they're entitled to everything and they're weird and they grow up online. Like, dude, something needs to happen. Like people need to wake, like people need to start really change, like really getting stronger, man. I don't know. I don't know what this attempt is, but I just want to make people stronger, make people more confident in themselves, believe in themselves, hate people less. Turn to God, whatever that means for that person. So, yeah. Yeah, America's weak. Americans are weak. We could be stronger. That's the thing, is like we could be better. Because I know where I was 10 years ago. I know where I was 8 years ago. And that was a completely different life that I was living. I was living a worse life, and then it became better. Most people are living like how I used to live. And it doesn't take much to get them to live better. Yet that discrepancy is what's causing all the problems. So it's like, I lost 120 pounds in a year. Like, that's crazy. Like you tell that to someone who's never lost a pound, and they'd be like, right? But it's like, it happened. So whether you are like amazed or skeptical, it doesn't matter what you believe, what you feel, it happened. Okay. So whatever your false conceptions are of your own journey, like, I want to try and break those down, because it's not hard to change your life, but the difference is life changing to the power of 10. It's not just life changing, it's life changing to the power of 10, if that makes conceptual sense. And so I noticed that, and I think it's not an option for Americans at this point. I'm kind of want to make it a mandate. Like, Israel and Korea, I think South Korea, they have militaries where every person who becomes an adult goes to the military for a couple of years. Okay, I like that. Now, you might be like, well, that's crazy, and that's part of the reason why I'm here talking to you, because you might not like that. However, what I like about that is it teaches everybody discipline. Okay, I don't like the idea of like sending oh my God, all 18-year-olds have to go to the military, and you could go out to war or whatever, right? That's not cool. Let's try not to go to war. Let's try not to put our kids out there. But let's teach them some basic discipline, some basic respect, self-respect, respect for other humans, not just authority, humans. Because without respect for humans and self, we get weak people. And when we have weak people leading Earth, we get hard times. And I don't want hard times. I've been through hard times myself, and to have to go through that on a macro level, well, I'm willing to structure my life in a way to make sure that doesn't happen. So, anyway, it's good hopping on here with you guys. I'll be coming on here every day, every morning at 9 a.m. Central. I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'm trying to get some clarity. I mean, all of this really is just for me to come back on here, trying to get establish a routine to come back on here. Not really trying to get anything from here. I mean, reconnect with you guys, see what you guys are up to these days, what you guys want to see from me, if you ever want to see anything from me again. But yeah, I will be. I'm gonna be planning on putting out some actual content, actual pre-planned, edited content, probably speeches, motivational. It's gonna tap the heartstrings. I'm gonna piss you off. I'm gonna piss people off, because it's time to change. And the only time that we can change is if your emotions are arisen. And if you've been comfortable your whole life and have avoided your emotions, then yeah, no wonder you're so weak and pathetic. Not any of you guys, but I'm just talking generally. We're weak and pathetic, straight up, as a country, and it's disgusting. And I want to see that change. So I'm gonna do something about it. And if you guys want to give me some direction in how you would like to see that happen, by all means, let me know. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta go see a client in about 45 minutes. I hope you guys have a blessed Thursday morning. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I hope you guys join in. Adios.